The sun rises over Sabah, spilling golden light across the legendary Mount Kinabalu. Mist clings to its jagged peaks, shrouding the summit in mystery. This isn't just a mountain, it's a realm of wonder, where nature thrives in untouched splendor, waiting for those daring enough to ascend. Adventure, discovery, or simply the need to conquer the unknown. Every climber has their reason. Mount Kinabalu is more than a peak. It is a test of resilience, a gateway to the heavens, and a sanctuary for countless species thriving in its ancient embrace. The rainforest whispers secrets as the trek begins. Sunlight filters through emerald leaves, revealing flashes of wildlife. A vibrant hornbill spreading its wings, a mischievous macaque darting through the canopy. Every step brings us deeper into the mountain's enchanted domain. The air thickens as elevation climbs. Ancient trees tower overhead, their roots weaving a tangled dance across the trail. Here, the forest is alive, speaking in rustling leaves and distant calls. The journey is steep, but the promise of Kinabalu's summit urges us forward. The terrain shifts. Boulders jut from the earth like ancient sentinels. Muscles ache, sweat drips, but determination pushes us onward. Nature is indifferent to struggle. Kinabalu demands respect, patience, and perseverance. A rustling in the undergrowth. Suddenly a rare sight. A Bornean orangutan peers curiously from behind a branch. Its deep-set eyes hold stories of the jungle. A silent witness to countless travelers who have passed through this untamed sanctuary. A rustling in the undergrowth. Suddenly a rare sight. A Bornean orangutan peers curiously from behind a branch. Its deep-set eyes hold stories of the jungle. A silent witness to countless travelers who have passed through this untamed sanctuary. Hidden along the trail, the world's largest flower unfurls. Rafflesia keithii, a monstrous bloom stretching nearly a meter wide. Its scent, pungent, earthy, draws insects in droves. This is nature in its rawest form, beautiful yet untamed. The rainforest begins to thin, replaced by the ethereal cloud forest. Moss blankets the rocks, the air cools, an eerie silence settles over the path. Every footstep crunches against damp earth. This is where the climb becomes truly demanding. The trees shrink, their gnarled forms twisting against the wind. Orchids and carnivorous plants cling to steep inclines, defying gravity. The terrain becomes more rugged, a warning that the hardest climb is yet to come. The mist thickens, curling around the rock faces like living tendrils. The air is crisp, each breath carrying the scent of damp earth and distant rain. A deep silence blankets the path, broken only by the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. Up here, life takes an unexpected turn. Carnivorous plants, silent hunters, spring from the mossy ground, their open pitchers filled with water and unsuspecting prey. The Nepenthes Raja, the largest of them all, looms like a forgotten relic of ancient times. A set of jagged ridges marks the transition to the final ascent. Each step forward feels heavier as altitude steals breath, slowing movements. The higher we climb, the more Kinabalu reminds us, it is not conquered easily. The sky deepens to indigo, the stars unveiling themselves in thousands. From this vantage, the world below feels impossibly distant. Lights from faraway towns flicker like lost fireflies. The temperature drops sharply, the cold biting through every layer. Altitude sickness lurks in the shadows. Dizziness, nausea, the overwhelming exhaustion. It forces some to turn back. The mountain does not discriminate. Only those who respect its merciless nature can push forward. Something changes in the atmosphere. The winds speak now, swirling along the path like restless ghosts. It is said that the spirits of ancestors guard the mountain, watching every traveler who dares walk its sacred slopes. Ropes sway against sheer rock faces. Climbers grip tightly, their muscles aching with effort. The stars above burn brightly, lighting the treacherous path as feet scrape against stone. This is the last stretch, the battle before the summit. A lone figure of granite marks the highest point, Lowe's Peak. It stands quietly against the endless sky, as if keeping watch over the world below. To stand here is to understand why Kinabalu holds the soul of Borneo. The ground is harsh, the air thin. At 4,095 meters, time slows. Every heartbeat echoes in the stillness, each breath a fragile reminder of the limits of human endurance. The horizon stretches beyond imagination, an unbroken tapestry of sky. The first rays of sunlight ignite the mountaintop. Gold spills over the peaks, illuminating the valleys in breathtaking brilliance. This is the reward for the struggle, the triumph of every aching step taken to reach this celestial throne. Kinabalu does not allow climbers to linger. The descent demands caution, muscles protesting against the steep slopes. The journey is far from over. Gravity now becomes both an ally and an adversary. Every traveler leaves a piece of themselves on this mountain. The challenge, the exhaustion, the wonder. It shapes them in unseen ways. Kinabalu is not just climbed. It is experienced, a rite of passage into nature's untamed beauty. Descending past ancient trees, it's easy to forget that this land is fiercely protected. Rangers and guides dedicate themselves to preserving its fragile ecosystem, shielding it from the hands of modern destruction. As we leave the slopes, life continues above, birds calling, winds shifting, mist creeping. Kinabalu stands eternal, untouched by time, watching new climbers set their sights on its elusive peak. As the descent continues, the jungle awakens in full force. Birds call in melodic harmony, the scent of damp earth rising with the morning breeze. It feels like Kinabalu itself is bidding farewell, whispering a silent promise that the mountain will always be here, waiting for those willing to return. Feet press into soft soil, leaving faint impressions that will soon be erased by nature's hands. Every traveler who has ascended and descended these slopes leaves behind more than footprints. They leave behind stories, triumphs, and the quiet reverence of having stood on sacred ground. It is not merely the altitude that makes this mountain formidable. It is the ancient presence, the sheer force of nature unyielding to time. Kinabalu reminds us that we are guests in its world, humbled by its grandeur. Beneath the towering trees lies another universe, a secret realm of creatures that never see the sky. The Kinabalu giant earthworm burrows deep, while the elusive Kinabalu giant red leech hunts in the shadows. Even as the sun rises, mysteries continue to thrive beneath the surface. The mountain is alive, not just with nature, but with those who protect it. Guides, rangers, and indigenous communities serve as its silent defenders, ensuring that Kinabalu remains untouched by reckless hands. The tales linger long after we leave, whispers of spirits, stories of daring adventures, and myths woven into the fabric of Borneo's culture. Kinabalu is more than a mountain, it is history itself, written in stone, cloud, and ancient flora. Not all wonders demand recognition. Some bloom in secret, thrive in isolation, and exist beyond the gaze of passing climbers. From rare orchids to forgotten paths, Kinabalu holds more than what meets the eye. Looking back, the peaks rise with an undeniable majesty, cutting into the sky like the spine of an ancient beast. For those who have climbed it, Kinabalu is no longer just a mountain. It is a memory, etched into the soul. The body aches, the weight of the climb settling into tired muscles. Yet as exhaustion seeps in, there is also pride, an understanding that every step, every challenge, was worth the effort. Returning to lower ground, the warmth of the valley greets us. The air is thicker, the sounds of civilization creeping back into awareness. The climb is over, but Kinabalu will forever be part of those who dared to ascend. Every summit reached becomes a tale to tell, a personal legend, a moment of triumph woven into the fabric of one's life. Kinabalu does not just leave climbers with aching limbs, it gifts them with stories. Clouds gather over the peaks, shifting with unpredictable grace. Just as the mountain changes every hour, so do those who have stood upon its summit. Kinabalu molds those who challenge it, shaping them in unseen ways. Long after climbers have come and gone, Kinabalu remains. The forests will continue to breathe, the creatures will thrive, and the summit will stand untouched, welcoming new adventurers into its embrace. Some leave Kinabalu changed. Some return year after year, drawn by the mountain's spell. Others never set foot upon its slopes again. But it lingers, etched into their hearts like an unforgettable dream. The journey ends, but the echoes remain. The mountain is a reminder of nature's supremacy, of the quiet endurance required to reach its peak. Kinabalu is not defeated, it is respected. As travelers depart, Kinabalu stays, a sentinel over Borneo, whispering its ancient song to those who listen. It does not care who climbs it next. It simply exists eternal, waiting for the next soul daring enough to ascend.